Hello, I am Eddie Baldijar. Back in the early 90s, when Princess Diana was in her heyday, I was contracted by the media to photograph Princess Diana around the world. These are some of the images of many that I've got. But I have a story to tell you about myself and Princess Diana that happened exclusively between her and myself. This was back in 1991, Christmas time. This is New Year's Eve. I was up at Sandringham and I'd just done a picture of Charles with Harry driving the Range Rover across a public road. So that was my mantra to organise that, get it all set up. When I looked up, everyone had disappeared. So I went off. The only place where I thought Diana could be, and that was Studham Beach. So I went up there to the little one-track road that takes you up to that beach, and lo and behold, I could see all the other photographers' cars parked up in there. So I parked up. I could see Diana's Discovery Range Rover at the back of the car park. So I'm parked up, and then suddenly Diana comes walking up the steps and waltzes past my car in a daze, in her own world, and she got in her Discovery. And she just sat there for a good 10 minutes doing nothing. I think she was really fed up with being at Sandringham. It was a boring place. Anyway, so suddenly she started the car and moved and went to go as if she was driving out of the car park. So I thought, oh, I'll just see where she goes, make sure that she's okay. Don't want to see her in any danger. That was what we all felt. We all had a love for her. But she pulled up to the side of the road immediately, and there was nothing I could do. I had to go forward into this one-track road, and so as I did, Diana just zoomed out behind me. And I thought, what the hell? What is going on here? So I kept it at a steady pace, and she just kept on accelerating with her lights on, flashing, and trying to feign, shunting me up the road in her Discovery. It was amazing. And she was, I could see it in my mirror, she was grinning like a Cheshire cat. She was loving the moment. She was having fun, which she didn't get at Sandringham. So I carried on, and she carried on doing this. She kept on dropping back, accelerating, lights flashing, boom, trying to hit the back end of my car. But I just kept on going on. I thought, well, she hasn't hit my car, so that's fine. Although that would be quite an interesting process if she had done. But so then I got to one of these little pass-bys that you get where you can pull over and let someone go through. So I pulled in because I thought, enough of this. This is getting a bit scary. And she stopped. I was there, given her time to move by, to go through, but she wasn't doing it. She wasn't interested in that. I just sat there and I thought, oh God, I've got to go out again. This is gonna be crazy. So I pulled out, and she started again. She started revving up, driving her Discovery up to the back of my car as if she was going to ram me off the road. And she was just having fun. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So we got to the end of the road. This road is probably about a mile and a half long. It's got to the end of the road, and it turns into a big open road, and you can go one way or the other. So I pulled over to one side. Diana pulled up beside me. She wound her window down. I wound my window down, and she started chatting away at me about, what do I want to do? What do I want? And I said, oh, no, I'd love a picture of you on the beach. Ah, you lost that one. You're not going to get that one. And I told her, I said, well, I was a bit busy, Di, because I got your hubby driving across a public road with your son Harry driving and steering the car. And I said, you'll see that tomorrow. She said, I bet I will. It's like, that sounds interesting. So I said, where are you going now? She said, I'll go back to the house. What can I do? There's nothing else. I said, okay, well, I'll follow you just to make sure you get there okay. And she said, okay. Wound the window up and she pulled out, and I pulled out behind her, and we drove down to the house, and she went into the gates as if, oh God, what have I got to do in this dreary old house? She had a really good fun time. So those were good days. Those were really good days. And like I said, we did everything for Diana, and we weren't pushy. She knew what she wanted, when she wanted it. She would suddenly turn up, and there'll be a little tip-off. Diana's going here. And what do? Do you get that tip-off? Would you go there and take a picture of her? Of course you would. That's what we did. We got tip-offs, and then we'd turn up and we'd take a picture. And you loved it, and you did love it, and that was where Diana got her fame, through our lenses and through the media.